Hi, everybody. I'm back. Probably just going to do one live stream per week. I don't know what else to tell you. When one is busy, one doesn't have time to do it much during the week. I have to work this weekend, so I decided to get on now. And once I get done, I'm headed to bed. And Sweet Thing is here. She's listening. She's right behind the screen here.
Hey, everybody.
So we'll wait for folks to get here. See how it goes. I might need to share it out. People are asking for it. So the link's right there in the chat. Who wants to come up and join me in the panel? What, mister? What are you doing? What? So who wants to come up? Okay, Sean, I'm going to send it again. The one I just spoke to.
Okay.
Do you see the link in the chat right now? Are you watching me? Are you watching me right now? So you don't see. Hi, Roxanne. Tell me if you see me waving, Sean. Roxanne, can you send Sean the link to StreamYard so he can come up to panel? Hello, Chris. How are you? Give me a second, folks. I'm still here. That's not what I wanted.
Roxanne, thanks. See, in the chat, you can't see me, and I guess nobody else can see me in the chat. But when she copied and pasted your StreamYard link, I can see her chat. It's weird.
Who's her?
Roxanne? Is that a female or a male?
That's a man.
Oh, okay.
But
I appreciate that.
Who's Sky? Roxanne said, "Hi, Sky." I don't get it. Is there a woman in here?
I don't know. But I sent a message in chat saying, Sean, do you see my chat? He didn't respond, so I guess nobody can see what I'm typing. I can see everybody else. I guess they can't see me. And I can't see whatever it is you type. But I can hear you and see you just fine in the live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, my son's football game's at halftime. I was listening to it on the radio. 26-7, they're leading it. Our Filipina kicker is 2 for 2 tonight on field goals. She's a tough cookie. I like it. I freaked when she found out she was a Filipina. I was like, no shit. She's a soccer player, converted football player, because we needed a kicker.
Oh, yeah, Roxanne, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking to somebody else I couldn't see. So, long time no see.
Oh, yeah, I enjoy this. I was on Jerry Boy's live stream most of the day. You know Jerry Boy, don't you? From Scotland?
I think he lost interest in a lot of us.
He's getting better. He used to be a recluse. He's getting more sociable.
He told me he could never leave the house.
Yeah, it's true.
But he says he can drive. I don't know.
Well, he can, but it needs a special steering wheel where you can control the gas pedal and the brake on the steering wheel. Because he lost all use of his legs. I can't remember what it is. Very rare. It happened, later on in his life. He just started losing his, the use of his legs. It sucks.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to let him know I'm on, they can.
He's probably asleep still. I don't have him on Messenger because him and all them Brits, they were up quite late because they're 5 hours ahead of us.
So what time is it? 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm only going to talk to a few people in chat. But I just hope you get to wherever you're going safe.
Oh, I will. I was just down here. I came through here yesterday. I'm going back to where I came from. I came from Shelbyville, delivered up in Michigan, and I'm going back down to Shelbyville. South of Nashville, Tennessee.
How many likes do I have? Not that it matters. Yeah, just like I said, we're good, Roxanne. I've been busy with work. Being a stripper is hardcore.
I could hear the song "Everyone's a Winner."
What? Okay, I was about to say. Precious Roxman said, "How are you doing?" He wanted to find out.
It's actually dark here, but when I look at my screen, it looks like 100% daylight out here. No, it's much darker than what the screen is showing.
Somebody's asking you where are you going. She probably wouldn't know. She's penis country.
Shelbyville, Tennessee. It's south of Nashville. Excuse me. But I'll be lucky to make Louisville, Kentucky.
Roxton, because I said strippers hardcore. Roxton goes, I don't think people would pay to see that, Josh.
Yeah, and I did the music. Everyone's a winner. I
thought it would be something like, you know, like just kind
the type of music you hear in gay bars. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Chippendales Rescue Ranger.
Wasn't that a cartoon?
Yes. Disney.
I gotta tell you, I had seen the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka, Star Wars. Excellent TV series. I hope they keep that one going.
Okay. I gave up after the Sith. I don't really watch Star Wars much anymore.
Oh, these series as they've came out with are excellent. The Book of Boba Fett. I'm waiting for season 2 of that to come out. Obi-Wan series. Oh, excellent. And Mandalorian. That's really big because of Baby Yoda, which is known as Grogu.
Manjari, are you in the U.S. or a different country? Okay. You done 8 yet? Sean?
I'm sorry?
Have you done 8 yet?
Oh, yeah. I had dinner.
Buns, yesterday at work. You know how I say toilet?
I had a couple egg rolls at a truck stop. No, those aren't too bad.
Tom?
Toilet.
Yeah.
The blonde chick at work was having a problem like, will you please say it right?
Oh my gosh.
So, Sean, how do you say the word toilet?
Toilet.
Okay. Well, when you live in the South, like us, not me, but us.
The turlet.
The toilet. Yeah, well, that too. But I said toilet to one of my coworkers. Toilet, Tawlet. She's like, "It's toilet. Say it right." Damn. She was so like.
No, there's so many words you could use. The can, the throne, the shit house. You know, there's a lot of them.
Lou.
I remember leaving the seat up, and Max used to sit down. Goes, you left the seat up again. I fell in. And I was like, well, flush and use it as a jacuzzi.
I mean, that was.
Use it as a jacuzzi.
At least I didn't piss on the seat, you know.
Yeah. So she was kind of not upset, but just kind of like, why do you say it that way? I says, because I can.
The Southern draw doesn't exist as much as it used to when I was younger.
Yeah.
I hardly hear it anymore. It's like disappeared. I hear it from my friends when I visit in South Carolina whenever I get the chance. You know, I gave them some, rejected beef because the boxes were damaged. There was nothing wrong with the beef at all. You go, oh man, you're gonna give me all this meat? Damn, all I need is a mess of greens.
Yeah, Roxanne, I've been there since May 17th. I just passed 90 days and got a new badge and everything, and I'm confirmed an employee of the place I work for.
Yeah, Josh, you don't sound Southern at all.
I'm not.
I kind of figured.
In fact, I hate it here. I'd rather be out west. Everybody knows that.
North Carolina isn't bad.
Well, I like the accents here, the southern accents and all this stuff, but I'm originally from San Diego. My dad was stationed there for almost 19 years.
You need to go down to Georgia. Their accent's so
Yeah.
hard. And
Everything,
you're southern down there.
yeah, everything ends in R. I'm gonna put the tar on the back of the car there.
Yeah.
But all of them, especially in Tennessee, y'all come back now here.
Yeah. Yeah. But Roxanne, we throw a lot of parties and stuff for staff, like CNA week or just regular staff type stuff, and everybody gets infections. So it's a good thing to do, and we like it. People get rewarded for what they do and how long they've been there, and then they weigh us and check our fat before we eat. So but other than that, about once every 6 months they do rectal exams.
Josh, do you stay in touch with Michael Winslow?
I watch him. I don't have his number like most people I know, but I email him. That's about all the best I could do, or leave him a messenger message.
I'm curious if he. I highly doubt it because he would be so winded. 'Cause I'd like to see him do a whole concert of Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen him do it, but live. But it's like
I have too.
Like 10 minutes of it that he does.
Yeah, it's like I actually feel like I'm seeing Hendrix. That's how good he is at it. I mean, it's funny, but it's cool at the same time. I'm like, I feel like I'm actually seeing Hendrix up there.
Get this, we took a friend of ours, his name's Titties, and he never thought that he would ever see a celebrity from movies and stuff. So we took him to go see Michael. And he sits there and starts laughing from beginning to end of the show. Nonstop, no matter what Michael did, Titties was just laughing. And he's like, no way, that's him. I said, that is him. I wouldn't joke. And then he started hearing all the sounds he made. He's like, he pooped a little, and it was just funny.
And nobody in the world could keep up with Michael Winslow. No way. There's no matching him. What he has is a God-given gift.
Right. Oh, they upgraded his sound effects, though. It used to be 10,000. it's almost 40,000. He's getting up
But
there.
when he did Hendrix live, I was like, this sounds freaking real, you know, like he's really here. Hendrix is. That's why he says, "I'm Hendrix. I'm back on Earth." Nee nee nee.
Yeah, he also does Led Zeppelin, and he tells people the reason why he yells in his song at the beginning. I don't know which title song that is, but when Michael claims Led got his finger stuck in a car door.
Oh, wow.
The lead guitar player was shit, Jimmy Page.
Yeah. And Robert Plant?
Is the singer.
Yeah. But he loves like the 80s and stuff, music stuff, and 70s, whatever, and he portrays it really well.
Hendrix is his number one, though.
Yes, definitely. And then now he does, what's that black guy's name?
Oh,
The one with like, he's a black gentleman, but he's like, he's already deceased. But he skies of wing, you know, and
oh.
Louis Armstrong.
yeah,
Louis Armstrong.
he added that one now.
Yeah,
So-
that's not easy to copy his voice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it has that raspy blues voice. That's not easy to copy.
Mm-mm.
yeah, but he changes it up. He doesn't always use all the same words, but he does the impression, and he mixes up the words. He adds something funny. I don't recall what he did. It's been a while. I've seen him 6 times, I think.
A lot of guitar players will contest to you that the sounds that he's making are authentic guitar sounds because they play and they know.
Yeah. And guess what? Since I'm good friends with the person he joked with and made fun of in the films, it's just funny. I said, was Jones nice to you ever? Off screen, yes. But on screen, it was just for movie, you know, and just for film. I was like, yeah, I know, but everybody knows everyone and who you work with. And Captain Harris, they always made fun of him. They did some kind of random joke to him in all the films.
Yeah, my favorite part in all the movies was when Bobcat Goldthwait was dressed up as Godzilla and somebody threw the cigar in the costume in the mouth. That was hilarious.
I do Bobcat's voice at drive-thrus.
I'd like to hear Michael Winslow do The Who sometime. Because a lot
I didn't know
of
he did that.
No, he doesn't.
a lot of the shows in the past, and one in particular is CSI Miami, does The Who as their opening
Theme song.
theme song.
Yep.
And then CSI New York uses a song of theirs for their opening song.
Yeah. You hear all that? Sean,
Ah,
did you hear any of that?
no, I didn't hear anything.
The Who opens the theme song for CSI Miami,
Uh huh.
which
And
my
New
wife
York.
can't. and
Yeah, I
New
never
York.
seen that show.
Yeah, they're pretty good crime shows. You can get moist over it if you watch it too much.
Well, CSI has a lot of spin-offs.
Yeah. But if you watch it too much, you get soaked up in it and everything, and pretty moist. Hello?
Yeah, CSI, is that with the girl, Abby? She had the pigtails with black hair, goth looking chick?
No, that's
That's NCIS.
NCIS.
Or NCIS, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that-
in the
I've always
name.
liked her.
They're military cops.
Oh, okay.
Navy crime scene investigation. Naval. But I like watching like older shows like Chips and Columbo and stuff. I'm pretty moist over those shows.
Yeah, the guy that plays Ponch is an actual police officer somewhere. I can't remember. To this day, he is. I can't remember where though.
I heard something like that too.
It's not. I don't believe it's in California, and it's not the Highway Patrol.
Yeah.
Because after Chips, his acting career didn't really go anywhere.
Right. That show was so cool. I used to just sit and watch it and have sandwiches and enjoy my mayonnaise.
I grew up watching that, and BJ and the Bear would come on after Chips, and then Battlestar Galactica.
What about Knight Rider?
Later on, yeah, in the early '80s, Knight Rider.
Yeah. This is actually no joke. I'm not even being funny. This is very serial right now. When I went to Universal when I was younger, they actually, I don't know if it was a replica, just a kit car of sorts, but they actually had kit where you could actually sit inside the car and you could talk to them. I'm doing this. I was younger. I was like, yay, excited and stuff, but it was cool. Roxanne says, well, I'm out because you guys are talking about travel. Boring. I need a map. Yeah, so I've had a good upbringing when it comes to getting around and traveling and seeing stars.
The only celebrity I really got to know as a kid was Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub.
Sorry?
Ernie Banks, he was Mr. Cub, number 14 for the Chicago Cubs. He retired before I was born. He retired, but he was always Mr. Cub. He was always around, and we all still idolized him as a ball player.
Yeah, I see more comedians and musicians than I do a lot of Hollywood big times, unless I'm in a movie with them or something, which I've done.
And the only celebrity that I'm actual friends with is Matt Light from the New England Patriots. 3-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowl selection. Lives 4 miles from my house. He runs my son's football camp every year. That's why I put him on the side of my truck as foundation. I'll never forget when he called me for the first time. How you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing? I didn't know who it was. I acted like I did. You know who this is? No. It's Matt, Sean. And I'm like, Matt who? Matt Light. I'm like, Matt, it's not like the 3-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowl selections calling me on the phone. He goes, I'll forget about that shit. He goes, "You gonna be in town next week?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, come over. We'll have a barbecue." I'm like, "Cool." I don't know. He got my phone number from a friend of mine, Tommy, that he went to high school with. He doesn't live like a millionaire. He lives just like we do, 3-bedroom house, simple.
So he knows what to do with his money, though.
Oh yeah, he
Because
doesn't splurge.
my celebrity friend out west, Captain Harris, I can't go in detail, but he told me how he put all his money away and how much he's got and everything, and takes me to dinner every time we come out. And he takes us around too in his own vehicle. I still consider him in my heart a celebrity, obviously.
Yeah,
But, you know,
Matt.
he's just so cool.
Yeah, Matt blocked Tom Brady's blind side for 11 years. He was number 72.
Okay.
Matt Light at 72.com. That's his foundation.
Mm. Yeah. You saw Spaceballs, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I watched that hundreds of times. President Scroob, salute! And he's running.
And I like how he, like when that lady popped up on the screen while,
Oh, yeah. This is unlisted wall.
unlisted wall. You're not supposed to be
He takes
here. And she's like, "We need you to come back over to the other side there." And she's like, "Should I beam you?" No, no more beaming. I'm done with beaming. I'll just walk over.
Ugh. Yeah, they got a TV series called History of the World Part 2. Everybody been dying for a sequel to that for years. That came out when I was a kid. History of the World Part 1. He's doing Part 2 as a series. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be freaking cool. I don't know when it's starting or what, but I seen the some recordings of it. You know, Mel Brooks has gotten old though.
I think it's already out because it's on Hulu, I think.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It was going to be a TV series, and Mel Brooks will do cameos here and there. He's probably doing like the 1,000-year-old man or something like that. That's hilarious. Go Robin Hood. Stole from the rich to give to the poor? Yeah, bullshit. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I never really got into all that Monty Python stuff or anything like Mr. Bean and all that. I just don't find it.
I did. Well, you got to understand the British culture.
My parents could be watching and this. Do you understand it, Josh? No. I don't find it funny. I just, nobody has to explain it. I know it's British stuff, but I don't know. Just never got into it. But my parents have been to London and everything. They've been around people like that, so they think it's a sweet accent. But I think they're very nice over there too.
There's like a dozen different British accents though, and they notice the difference. Because I get them screwed up. They said yours is good, but you screw it up with 4 others. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm. So are you in the Central Time Zone right now or Eastern?
I'm in the Eastern.
Because it's like dark as hell here, but then I'm watching outside your windshield there. It
is. Like I said, it makes it look more daylight through on my camera than it does looking out the windshield. It's dark here. It's not as blue in the sky as it appears. It's much darker.
Okay.
Let me see if that'll work. There, it's more like that. Go looking through my sunglasses. That's more like what I'm seeing. That's how dark it really is.
Okay. Yeah, if you ever make it home, do you guys have something called a Sheetz gas station up there?
No. They got them in Pennsylvania, but we don't have them in Ohio yet.
Okay.
I like Sheets. They're a great truck stop. Well, the ones that are truck stops.
Okay, so they're dropping down to $3 a gallon to the end of August.
Oh wow.
So if your vehicle needs to gas up and you make it home, I don't know where you got to go, but anyway.
Yeah, they won't do that for diesel though.
Yeah. What is it? $4.30 for diesel right now?
Yeah, right around there.
Good night, asshole.
But it does not make any sense.
Good
Per
night.
barrel of oil, a crude oil, you get 3 diesel and 2 gasoline.
Okay.
It should be the other way around
Yeah.
because they produce more diesel than they do gasoline.
You can keep it off now, Vance.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I just thought maybe I should share that with folks that are familiar with that gas station. It just came out yesterday, I think, or this week. Hello?
I'm headed into another damn lightning storm. I went through one last night and a tornado. It tore up Lansing, Michigan. I had to dodge all the debris on the interstate to get to the warehouse. That was crazy.
Hmm. So when you fill up for gas, how far can you go on one tank before you have to fill up again?
Typically, I can do about maybe anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 miles.
And that's a huge engine.
Yes. Well, it depends on how much weight I'm carrying too. If I'm carrying, maximum weight at like over 40,000 pounds, I'm going to burn diesel a lot quicker. But if I
Yeah.
only got like maybe anywhere between 5 to 10,000 pounds, and I'm going across country, I can make it all the way up to Salt Lake before I need to get diesel.
Hmm. You know, Roxanne, I've asked you for years if you ever want to come up. I know you don't want to or always say there's next time, but here's a good time. There's not a lot of people here, so
Sure. No time like the present.
yeah, and I've asked him 3 or 4 years now, every time I get on here, and he always says next time, so I don't know. He goes live on his own channel and stuff, and it's whatever you want to do.
Hang on one second, I get anything. God damn. That game's over. They're in the third, and that's 41-14. Yeah, that game's over. Yep. And that's the only team that could compete with us.
So why did Manjari leave? She never said. Are you guys from forces? What does that mean?
Well,
Yeah, I got to work this weekend. I don't like working on weekends. It sucks. So, I wish our other friends would pop on. I think Chris stopped. He left. Manjari left. So, Yep. Sean says, what else we're going to talk about? Newspaper articles?
To be honest with you, I haven't picked up a newspaper in years.
What's funny is they still post jobs in the newspaper, even though you can find it online.
Yeah, the internet is basically what's killed a lot of newspapers.
Help wanted. Dog groomer. Really? I don't work with the males because I used to be one. I don't work with the males because I used to be one.
Well, a lot of places are closing down. I just got the news that there's only going to be 4 David's Bridal locations in the entire country. The rest are shutting down.
We had one, but I don't know what happened to it. Actually, ours, can you believe it? Ours actually had a murder involved in it.
Oh, damn. But the majority, what it is the majority of this generation, they're not getting married.
Yeah, the guy walked in there and told his fiance at the time, I don't want to murder you, bitch. And then he shot her and then ran off.
Damn.
Something like that. It was like they were about to get married. Somebody didn't like something. I don't know what happened. It was in the news. It was probably about 5 to 8 years ago, maybe more.
Screw going to David's Bridal.
I'm afraid to rent a tux there now. So he might shoot me. We're not getting married, you fat fuck. So trust me, I've been called that before. It's not funny.
There's other ways of getting around marriage. I won't do it. No need
Well,
to.
my wife's cousin said, if you guys ever think or see that I'm getting married again, just shoot me. Because he doesn't want to be either. It's best to be single. So, yeah. I see that lightning going on.
Yeah, it's like last night when I was driving up into Michigan into a storm. I'm glad I missed that tornado. It tore the shit out of Lansing.
Roxanne, you still there? Yeah. Okay. He thought it was funny when I said my work weighs us before we eat. It's funny, the rectal exams that they do every 6 months, those are always free.
I'd be like, there's no need.
What?
I would tell them there's no need for me.
As long as I don't do it in the hallways where everybody could see what we're up to and my pants are down. But the thing is, it has to be a private time thing, like the drug testing. Here, pee in a cup so I can drink it in my next hard drink.
I'd say, "You give me a cup of urine." And I'd tell them, you take cream and sugar? A donut with that?
I told my boss at the time when I first started, I said, what do I do with this cup? You have to pee in it. Okay, and then what? You're going to buy me dinner afterwards? She's like, no. She thought it was funny for a minute.
Like, hey, man, look at it. It's gold.
I know you're rich, huh? Yeah. Polish this shit. I could frame it. No, we had to wee wee in a cup, and then she's like, "You passed." I was like, "Yay, always." No need to tickle my asshole for this. So, yeah, so we like our job. It's been going pretty well. Except for idiots and people telling me different things that aren't true. It's called drama. People like to start it. I can't stand it. Because if they're allowed to say things out of the way and I can't, because if I do, then I get said something. I'm the one that's let go or something, and I've been fired for improper joking times. Can't joke around the women's.
I mean, a lot of people don't have a sense of humor anymore.
They don't. Even I was working at Dollar General. That's a small cheapo store. And these women I worked with, you can't even slap them on the arm, if you will, asking for help. Hey, boom, what else do I do? They thought it was harassment. They said, please don't touch me. I can get you for harassment.
Yeah, they've blown that way out of proportion. They need some woman secretary from the late 70s to explain to them what real harassment was about.
And see, none of them were attracted to me. Like I wasn't attracted to them like that. It wasn't nothing like that whatsoever. So I just simply was asking for, it's okay to ask questions, but they hated it for some reason. So I would tap them on the arm. Okay, what else do I do? And they were just very stern and strict about, please don't touch me there. I was like, that wasn't there. It was on your arm. There's a difference in places. Plus, I couldn't even get to that if I wanted to. Anyway.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't work with Western women anymore. That's why I'm self-employed. I can tell anybody to go fuck off, and nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, one of them was always sick and snotty sounding, and the other ones were just huge bitches. It was just a sad situation. I would have to be like the whale to take care of things while they go out and smoke on their own breaks when we only got 10 minutes each time. I don't smoke, so I didn't have to take a lot of 20,000 breaks in a day. So I was a cashier.
They go, we'll call Prime. I'm like, you go ahead. And they're going to send you right to me because I'm self-employed. Prime ain't going to get rid of me. They make too much money with me.
Roxanne, are you asking currently, is this my favorite job out of all my employers? Yeah. 2 reasons. It pays well and they don't call me fat. Sean says, wow, that's a nice job.
Well, yeah, but my job, I don't hear nothing. I get a dispatch. I can take it or not. Most of the time I take it because they're good. I don't hear anything. Unless I call them and say, hey, Robert, I need to make it into Springfield. I got to get an oil change. It's like, okay. They route me in.
Yeah. My manager works with me no matter what I need off or if I want to come in, or a lot of times I call myself in. I'll say, hey, you guys need help in one of the halls where we are. And she's like, yeah, you could do this hall. I said, oh, okay, cool, I'll be there. But the only thing that sucks, though, is having to be there at the crack of 7 a.m. to 3. I've never had an 8-hour shift in my life. This is totally different. But we get acknowledged for what we do, so.
Man, it's lightning so much in front of me. It's like a bombing raid.
Are you in Ukraine?
No, I'm 30 miles north of the. Well, actually, wait a minute. I'm 29 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky.
I got
So
family there.
that's the storms hitting Louisville right now.
I got family there. That's where I go for my reunions. But we haven't had
Home.
any since 2019. Everybody's been dying and stuff. Our families are getting smaller, and it's just sad, man.
At home of Muhammad Ali.
What's that saying he likes to say? He eat you like a bee or something like that?
Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
You know, he started it. He was the role model for a lot of wrestlers to talk a lot of shit in a lot of game. It was Muhammad Ali that started all that because he started doing it in boxing. And then the wrestling world started to get into it. To have more charisma and character like that.
Mm. Yeah. I wonder if that storm's coming to us because they were talking about something coming down from the north straight through towards us, kind of.
Yeah,
Either
that's probably it.
tonight or tomorrow. They're saying the next 5 days we're supposed to have a little rain. Then it's going to be less than 80 towards the end of next week.
That's refreshing. That I've been in temperatures no lower than 80 degrees in the past 2 months. And it's been as high as 130.
Gosh.
Probably Vegas.
New Mexico, Texas, Arkansas, all along the south there, 110, 120 degrees. Southwest, 130.
Shh. So Roxanne's asking you if you're a contractor of Amazon Prime.
No. I've delivered to Amazon once, and I told them, tell Bezos to get his billionaire ass out here and unload my truck. They loved it.
That man is set for life times 20. Who's richer than, what's that guy's name that owns Twitter?
Oh, Elon Musk. They go
Yeah,
back and forth to who's the richest in the world.
they're saying Bezos still tops it.
Well, Musk did lead him before he bought Twitter. I never messed with Twitter, so means nothing to me.
And then he changed the logo of it. It's called X, but it still brings up as Twitter.
Well, hell, I'd make it the middle finger. There's your tweet, your birdie.
My dad likes Elon Musk, but I don't think he likes any other rich fucks. I think Elon's a Republican. Don't know.
Well, they all are. Are you kidding?
Oh, I thought Bezos was somebody else. They're all rich snobs, but you know, Elon's grandmother is in modeling. Or sister. I'm not sure who it is. She's got white hair, works for Max Factor or something, or Revlon. I don't know. But she's older.
Is Max Factor still around?
I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm just saying that I know she's.
Well, there was some makeup company called Max Factor.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Well, the Maybelline still exists. The home office and warehouse to it is in Arkansas, right by Little Crack Rock, Arkansas. It's right next to the Petra.
He said crack rock.
Well, that's what we call it in the trucker world.
Little
Like
crack rock.
Yeah, Arkansas, we call it Arkansas.
Arkansas. It used to be Arkansas. Arkansas. Everything's dirty with Sean. Oh, butt wipe and everything else.
Well, they can't. People from Arkansas can say their own state correctly, but can't get it right everywhere else. Because one of them hates me because I keep correcting her because she keeps saying Illinois. I said it's Illinois, but it's got an S in it. I said, well, you don't say Arkansas, do you?
Arkansas.
Yeah. She goes, no, it's Arkansas. I'm like, yeah, silent S. Like everybody gets it wrong. You don't say Des Moines, Iowa, do you? No, it's Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Yeah, and I said we in America get it all wrong. Like they call it Dubois, Pennsylvania. It's actually Dubois. It's French. Like in Ohio, we got a town near where I live called they call it Versailles. It's Versailles. It's French. They hate it when I correct them on it.
I know. I hear people say, "You're from Illinois." There's no S.
There is an S. It's just
There is
silent.
an S, but you can't. Yeah, it's pronouncing it, and it's like, no. I still am friends with those folks that don't know how to say state names. I was like, "And what school did you go to?" English.
It's like the Georgia Southern accent. You know, they say tar. You know, when you say tower, they say tire. I said, how could tower be tire, tire be tower? They got it all backwards there, you know. And they call me weird. I can start a linguistics war very quickly. I've done it before.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Wilson was one of my favorite lesser known comedians. Even though Larry the Cable Guy wouldn't exist without Tim Wilson, because Tim Wilson wrote a lot of his material. And one of the things I liked was he goes, I remember in Georgia, gambling used to be a sin. Then it started fun in schools. Suddenly it's okay. So I guess we should have a meth lab at Tech. Well, I'd like to thank the Georgia Meth Lab.
Mm.
That was hilarious.
So
Yeah,
I had somebody that was a previous employee with me at work, and she got let go. But it's sad because she had no teeth in her mouth because of certain things I won't discuss. But
damn.
When I first met her, though, because somebody was training me what to do, and I saw her, and I was like, by the way, are we supposed to have all our teeth in our mouth while we work here?
Damn.
And then she said, my trainer said, we don't say things like that here. She might could hear you. I said it below my breath. Nobody heard me except you. You laughed.
I said, but when some of these old folks talk to me, I can't understand what they're saying until they put their teeth in.
And when they put their teeth in, you'll hear, like chomping, like just my grandpa popped his out one day and he's like, here, hold this. I was like, My grandpa was a mess. He would let me hold his teeth and, just anything to make fun of. I was like, Pops, I'm not going to hold your chompers.
I remember when your dentures fell in the punch bowl and somebody yelled, Jaws!
Jaws! Those little wind-up teeth, you can see that going across the table. Watch out!
Ling, 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 ling. Yeah, see, growing up, Robin Williams was always my idol. 5 years old, going to kindergarten. He did that last episode of Happy Days, and then went into Mork and Mindy, and I followed his career ever since. That's why, in a way, I do have a bit of a talent, but I learned it from my idol. But I do things in my own way. It can instantly. Sometimes it just pops in there. It instantly can look at an object and make jokes of it that are hilarious.
Yeah, Robin Williams and Jim Carrey, they did a lot of physical comedy. Like they would fall on floors and sweat and everything else. And too bad man, I cried for a week because of the loss of Robin.
I did when I got the news. I was in Bakersfield, California at the 24/7 truck stop. My ex contacted me and told me about it. And I learned, I'm like, why? Because I got robbed. I never got to meet him or John Candy. I really wanted to meet those two.
Yeah. And get this, I couldn't celebrate a great week that time because of his death. But the thing is, my parents were taking us to Myrtle Beach to hang out and do things with family. And it's like, how can I be happy? They want me to clear my head when we were gone. Because me and celebrities, I'm too attached. And when I hear of some of my favorites going to heaven or something, it's hard to talk about.
Yeah, what Robin had was a God-given gift. I think he'd be the funniest man that ever lived. It would be Robin Williams, because nobody could keep up with him.
You know, it's sad. They were thinking about doing Mr. Doubtfire too, but nobody's going to replace him.
Yeah, he signed it. He already signed the contract. They mentioned it like a couple weeks before he died that, he had signed to do Miss Doubtfire 2. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
We'll never know now. Like Miss Doubtfire goes to England or something like that. That would have been awesome.
Come on, dears. Let's go to England, where I'm from.
And sing Lily a Piccadilly.
Watch out for them, dears. You don't want to be near them. They might bite you. They might tell you something that's not right. Oh,
like the guy I can never remember, Pierce Brosnan. I like it when they're sitting next to each other, and he's giving her, he's telling him a bunch of things of why he should not date his ex-wife. It was hilarious.
Sink the sub, Little Jack Horny.
Oh, my favorite was he walks by his Mercedes and pulls the hood ornament off, and at the same time he goes, "Oh, don't you hate that when that happens?"
I hate that when that happens.
You pull the hood ornament off.
He's like, "Can you help me, dear? I found this outside." "Oh, yes, that's off my Mercedes." "Oh, you own that big, expensive car out there." "Oh, for somebody that has something that big is calling for smaller genitals, aren't they?"
Yeah, I'm starting to remember it all now. I like that when he didn't have the mask on, but he had everything else on. He's running around trying to look for the face, and he turns and there's a full-flamed mirror, and he goes, "Oh, whoa, Norman Bates."
Norman Bates.
Only a few people would get that joke.
And then when he's looking around in the kitchen for a face, and he's like, he puts a rag over his face, over his mouth. He's like, "I'm not a Muslim."
I don't remember that. I thought he stuck his face in the cake.
He did. That was after.
Oh yeah, okay.
He stuck his face in the pie.
It was a cake.
It was a
It
cake.
was a cake?
Yes.
Oh,
And you
okay.
can hear him do that too. He puts his face right in it. And he goes, hello. And she's like, ah! You know, oh, I look like a Yeti in this getup.
Face is all dripping and everything.
It's a lemon meringue mess, dear. It's, what is it?
I don't remember it verbatim because I consider his funniest movie a Club Paradise. It was when he was a lot younger. He played Jack Monaker.
I saw Birdcage back in the 90s, but that was about it.
He was a retired, well, he's permanently injured, retired Chicago fireman.
Okay.
And at the beginning of the movie, he gets off the back of the fire engine because he's going to talk. They were going to fight the fire. He walks right by, and you see the Dalmatian sitting up in the truck, and it's below zero in Chicago. And he goes to his partner. He goes, "How come the dog gets to sit in the truck and we freeze our ass up out here?" He goes, "Oh, come on, he's just a stupid animal." He goes, "No, Bob, we're the stupid animals."
Yeah.
That was a good comeback.
Yeah, that was his funniest movie, and I've seen them all. Club Paradise is by far the funniest.
What'd you think of Birdcage?
Oh, it was funny, but nowhere near as good as Club Paradise.
Oh, I thought the birdcage was hilarious. Oh, it was so funny.
I don't find gay comedies funny. I don't know. It just didn't really excite me much. Boink. But Nathan Lane has always been sweet his whole life, so.
And it's the whole thing of
Sweet.
here they are trying to pull off this dinner for this girl and her boyfriend, and they're going to get married,
He knows it.
and they're partway doubting they can do it.
Use your words.
But I think the least funny movie he ever did was Popeye. He never really liked that one either. But he was at the beginning of his career.
I didn't
Making
like
movies.
that one. Popeye wasn't that good.
Family Guy did a weird thing about Popeye. They said the doctor, he told Popeye, he said, and the thing you're doing with your eye and, the lumps on your arms and everything, that's from a stroke when you were 20. Dr. Hartman said that to Popeye. You had a stroke when you were 5.
Yeah, I remember the first movie he did was World According to Garp.
That was on Family Guy.
Yeah, no, now he's talking about a different movie now.
I know.
That was Robin Williams' first movie. Was World According to Garp.
Didn't
then
he
he
play,
did
he
Popeye.
played handicapped person or something, didn't he?
Sort of. It was his life growing up and the challenges. And there was this one, I remember growing up with a girl that was a prude like that, very sexual at a young age. She goes, "Hey, you want to play?" And he was like, "Yeah." Because she knew what she was going to do. It was ridiculous.
He did another movie that he acted young too. Jack?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the
What-
treehouse with the boys. That was funny.
What I thought was funny was Father's Day with Billy Crystal. Did you ever catch that one?
That one is one of the lesser known ones.
It was all right. So, but Flubber, he did a remake of Flubber. That was all right. His best ones was obviously Aladdin as the genie, and then
Yeah, but the part that didn't make it to the final movie, he was like, they recorded him even though he thought they weren't filming it or recording it, but he would go on these tangents and ad-lib all this crap, but they recorded him. They were smart enough to record him, and they put it in the outtakes. And I don't know what the show's called, but this guy at this university calls you to do an interview on stage in front of all these students. And they bring a lot of actors and all kinds of people in, and they were doing Robin Williams. And they said, we had psychiatrists evaluate that whole spiel. I think it was like a minute and 20 seconds of him as the genie from Aladdin. And he's like, they counted 53 distinctive different personalities within a minute and 20 seconds. And Robin goes, is that all? That was what was funny, but you got to have a God-given gift to pull something like that off. That's ridiculous. 53 different personalities in that minute and 20 second spiel he did. It was all ad-lib that he did with the genie. Hell, he spent more time ad-libbing crap that was hilarious than the actual film itself.
yeah, they said on backstage, if you will, on Mrs. Doubtfire's set, that he would goof off and clown around before each take and hang out with the kids. And he went to a dirty video store in drag as Mrs. Doubtfire.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. And the owner of the dirty store could recognize who it was because it was filmed in Frisco, and that's where Robin used to live. So this owner of the store knew who it was. Robin, is that you? But before all that, he came in as her, but no, he had the hairy arms, no fat suit yet. So
okay.
he used the voice and all the drag stuff, and he said he acted like he was buying something there.
Do you know how much money how much that would sell if somebody recorded it and sell it on? I'd be like, I'm more interested in the outtakes than I am the actual movie.
So he goes in there and tells the owner of the store, he's like, yes, dear, how much for the two-headed one?
If I worked there and saw that, I wouldn't, and they didn't know, I wouldn't have said a thing. I'd be in the back room dying laughing.
Yeah. But that's a true interview story that happened that he did.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have got away without me getting to talk to him and a couple of photos and an autograph.
Yeah. But he had some free time and stuff, and he wandered town and ended up at that dirty store. So,
because I followed him, but I learned Robin Williams' idol was Jonathan Winters, and so I started following Jonathan Winters. And I like that. Robin Williams goes, I remember hanging out with Jonathan Winters, when he became more famous. Jonathan Winters loved him, and he respected him because he was a hero and everything. And he goes, I remember one time we were Jonathan Winters told a cat joke to a dog once.
Jonathan Winters, he was on Hee Haw, wasn't he?
I think so. But he played as Robin's son in Mork and Mindy. He had the beanie hat with the propeller on it.
Oh, yeah.
He played as Mork and Mindy's son.
Hmm. So is that where we're going to be for the night, where you are right now?
Yeah, I got lucky and got a parking spot here at this Love's. 16 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky, in the very southern tip of Indiana. Excuse me.
And you've had lunch and dinner on you today.
Well, after a while, the coffee that I drank gasses me up and it makes me belch. I don't know why, but it does. I stopped drinking soda pop like 5 years ago. That used to really, really make me belch. I was like Booger from the Nerds, I can't do that anymore.
Booger. Who farted?
Yeah, but Booger from the Nerds could belch, you know. I mean,
No, but Booger had that shirt on and it said "Who farted?" He was on the plane and the stewardess asked him something. What kind of shirt is that? Oh, this one just says "Who farted?" And then she slapped him.
yeah, his career that he played as Booger on the Nerds movies, he got his career start playing as an assistant in the TV show Moonlighting with Bruce Willis, and
Mhm.
that's where Bruce Willis got his start.
Or then there's the guy or the person that talks for Barney on The Simpsons. He could do a loud burp.
Who?
Oh, he does. He does the burp for that one character that's drunk all the time on The Simpsons.
Barney.
He is the one
Barney.
that's drunk the whole
Yeah,
time.
he plays as Al Poo too, the guy from India,
Okay.
the
Oh,
convenience
okay.
store operator. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are many actors that do multiple voices on the show, but them people have been working together. The Simpsons is the longest running TV show in the history of TV.
Oh, wow.
I am 52 years old, and they started when I was 17.
Oh, wow.
'Cause I remember I was in high school when The Simpsons started.
In 92.
It was earlier than that.
Mm.
It was in the late 80s when it started. Because the first Simpson video game was on the original Nintendo. I played that.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead came out too for one of the game machines. What was it, Super Nintendo?
Yeah, they came out in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Well, I tell Josh when he gets to going with his farting, I say, all right, Barney.
Farting? You mean burping? You call me Toots if I queef.
Both. Barney did both. He burped and he farted.
I never seen Barney fart. It was always burp belching.
Yeah.
No, bleh.
Well, I saw him fart a couple of times.
What was that? That sounded like an old bobcat.
Yeah, I like that. That you could get on YouTube and you'll find it. A lot of people have done recordings of it, of them when he was hacking on the Beatles. He had what's his name? His Asian wife behind him. He goes, "We're going to take it to new places." And Barney plays the tape, and it was number 8, burp. Number 8, burp. Number 8, burp. That's all it was. It was. There was a song by the Beatles where they were like number 9, number 9. It was a train station, but they had Barney do that. Number 8.
Yeah, I answer questions when I'm about to burp. I'll say, yes. And like I would do it at work or something in the halls to wake people up. Who was that? Yeah.
That's terrible, Josh.
But they recorded. He recorded himself belching many a times to get the perfect one, and that's the one they would always use.
Oh, okay.
Mm. You know, they say that in Illinois, pop, soda pop.
But I don't understand why why Mike Judge got bored of doing Beavis and Butthead and he went with King of the Hill. Now he's going back and doing Beavis and Butthead again. Beavis and Butthead were great. They were stupid asses, but they were great. Especially when you would see their silhouettes at the bottom and they would be talking about the video you're watching on MTV. My favorite one was when it was the last concert Elvis did in Hawaii. And they were doing that like, who's this? And Beavis goes, "Hey, Butthead, isn't that the guy that kind of like died on the toilet?"
And there's also one, a recent new one that Beavis was dancing on the corner of the couch, shaking his ass with some rap music on the TV. And Butthead comes back from the kitchen coming in. He sees Beavis shaking his ass. He's like, Jesus Christ, Beavis, what am I going to do with you? He's like, come on, Butthead, join me. Come on, do it. And he's like, I was just trying to, trying to dance.
Yeah, they did, and I think and got to see it. They did another movie of Beavis and Butthead, but I never got to see it yet.
Oh, the new one on Paramount, yeah.
They do the universe or something like that, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, I saw it. It was all right. After a while, I like Beavis and Butthead. That was like one of the rated XR, whatever it was. My parents hated it. They even hated The Simpsons. They hated anything with the environment or language. They didn't like it.
Well, The Simpsons,
they're all over that now, and I watch whatever I want now, like porn and stuff. But
The Simpsons is what pioneered showing the actual family, how dysfunctional families are. Because before The Simpsons, we had Leave It to Beaver, Brady Bunch. Everything was so nice, and then when the cultural shift happened was in 1980, and then now we watch programs of kids mouthing off to their parents. Their parents can't stand each other. They were showing the actual cultural shift that happened. That the family unit became very dysfunctional because of what happened in 1980. There was a big cultural shift that people didn't realize that happened, unless you were paying attention.
There's a dirty movie out that's called Leave It to Cleavage.
Leave It to Cleavage. Damn. Oh, man. And I thought Mrs. Cleaver had the beaver. Man, was I mistaken?
But this time you got to leave it on the cleavage. But, there's also a Family Guy version of an X-rated movie.
Yeah, I wish they would go back and do the other 3 Star Wars movies. Those 3 that they did, a Family Guy, were excellent.
Yeah.
Luke, pull your pants down. And Herbert the Pervert as Obi-Wan. That was great.
Yeah, I like how. Now I had the time of my life. Singing to Chris.
Uh-huh. And he comes in as a stormtrooper, and Princess Leia goes, "Aren't you a little fat to be a stormtrooper? Well, sit in your cage and rot, you stuck-up bitch." That was hilarious.
Yeah, and I like how Herbert's lightsaber went limp when he saw. I don't know.
When he ignited it.
And then when he saw Peter, and then his lightsaber went limp, and then when he saw Chris, it got hard again. It was funny. And when Stewie was talking to Consuela, the maid, she was cleaning the Death Star, like the ship.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, is that Darth?" And she's like, "Tell him we need more lemon pledge."
I'll give you the money and to buy the cleaner. No, you buy.
No,
Shit.
you buy. And then
shut that off. She's vacuuming. Shut that off.
Yeah, and then something about, let's see, what was it? How Quagmire and Cleveland come up to the place where Jabba was, and Consuela was that eye thing that came out of the door.
Yeah.
And Quagmire was knocking and saying, "Oh, did you hear? Jabba's dead." "Oh, no, Jabba dead, Jabba dead." She the eyeball pops out and runs away, and you hear.
Oh, no, there was that part where he said, Jabba's cat got out. "Oh, kitty, 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 kitty."
Yeah, that one, yeah. Oh, kitty, 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 kitty. Yeah.
But
I like how Consuela was trying to jump into Mexico over the wall, and they were trying to shoot at her. And the guard said, "It's all right. She's going into Mexico, not coming out. Well, you could shoot anything that comes in here anyway. So
Yeah,
they kept firing at her. She ripped her skirt over the wire fence, and then she sees her boyfriend Juan, and then they started doing it and everything. She's like, see, you, see, you know. And
but Seth MacFarlane and Seth Green said that, they ran out of steam with the last two. They didn't plan on doing those. They just did Blue Harvest, and they didn't think about doing the other ones, but they went ahead and did it, and they kind of like ran out of steam doing them. And I'm like, no, you got to do the other three also, the other movies. That would be hilarious. It shouldn't be all that difficult.
I like when Mr. Petersmith played the older guy, the villain, and he let one fly and tries to zap it out so the smell doesn't stay around.
Oh yeah.
He's like, and then he like, bzz, 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 bzz. And then Stewie walks in as Darth Vader saying, must have been me. So, it was just fun.
He goes, I want you to turn him. Oh, I could probably make him go by, but not full gay.
Yeah.
Turn him to go gay. That was hilarious. But the funny thing of the show, Family Guy, is the brains of the outfit is the dog and the baby.
Yeah. You see the one where Stewie was on, what was it, Ritalin or something? Like,
I didn't see that one.
He was on hyper pills or whatever, and he acted stoned almost, like completely just gone. And he was on too many meds, and Brian was against doping kids. He didn't like that, and they basically put Stewie on crazy pills to calm him down. And he was so doped up that he didn't know what a humidifier looked like and what it did and everything. He was so interested in it.
Shit.
Stewie tried to tell Brian, because Stewie was in space or did something, and when he reappeared, Brian said, Stewie, are you okay? You gotta kiss him to wake him up. Oh, well, I'll go get Meg.
I got to tell you, one of the most brilliant TV series is that they came out with that gives you a new light on when we were raised to watch those movies of the Karate Kid. Cobra Kai is a good series. I really think it's a really great series.
I have yet to put my mind to it.
Oh my God, it is really, really good. They go into more detail of what happened, why Johnny Lawrence was the way he was and who he was.
Uh-huh.
And you get more of an understanding of why. And to see Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso as their characters in the same car jamming out to REO Speedwagon, that was awesome. They got a lot of rave reviews because of that scene. All of us that grew up watching the Karate Kid.
Yeah, the Karate Kid movies were good, but they were kind of boring slow. They were.
And they brought back just about every character was brought back in except for Pat Morita because he passed away.
Right. Hey, Alona. Juice. Okay. So, yeah, there's a lot of movies I like.
They even brought back the girl that in Karate Kid 2 when they went over to Okinawa, and during the hurricane scene, the typhoon scene, where Daniel LaRusso rescues that girl ringing the bell up on the post. They brought her back as now she's in her late 30s. And I just flipped. I'm like, that's her too? Wow, she had really changed. She's not that little girl anymore. And they brought back the girl that Daniel fell in love with, that should have had a good relationship with, the Japanese girl. But in the story, it didn't work out because she got a dancing job in Tokyo. And I believe that, Asian girls, find it too easily to break hearts,
Wasn't that special kick that Daniel did? Was it called praying mantis or something? What was that special kick?
Oh, the crane kick.
Yeah.
Oh man! But I still got season 4 of the Karate Cobra Kai not even opened yet. I haven't ripped it to my hard drive, and I got the Holy Grail for Monty Pythons. I haven't ripped that to my hard drive yet either. Just haven't got around to it yet. So I rip all my DVDs to my 10 terabyte external hard drive. I got tons of shit on there.
So you don't have a TV to watch Netflix or anything?
Well, I got 3 laptops.
Money bags.
Well, I thought the Omen that I had blew up, and come to find out it didn't. It's my inverter. I got to get my inverter switched out. For some reason, there's something wrong with my inverter, and it's not charging my laptop's batteries. It won't charge them at all. And it makes no sense.
Okay.
Ugh. Wow, it's 9:44.
Yeah, I'm about to get off here. I gotta go to bed.
I crawled up in here and set everything up on my end. But I hook up my external, you name it, I probably have it on my external hard drive. I do not have the police movies, though. I want to trying to find the box set. I was going to rip that to my hard drive. But come to find out, there's nothing wrong with my Omen after I bought a brand new laptop. I spent $1,400 on an Asus. And I'm like, okay, I got a third laptop now. I got the Hewlett Packard, my Omen, and now my Asus. I got laptops out the ass.
Whose ass? Your ass?
Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I thought, the Omen was gone. Come to find out, it's my inverter is the issue.
Okay. Alona, you want to come up and speak penis language to us?
There's somebody in the chat. I haven't been able to look at the chat at all.
Yeah, Roxanne and Alona. So that's about it right now. Nobody else is here.
Well, Alona should know better. Alona should come up to the panel. She was up in Jerry Boys. Alona Tompus. She's in love with Jerry Boy. And vice versa.
Yeah.
I've been smoking for over 20 years. I had a friend that had quit smoking after 30 years and got killed by a tobacco truck. Ran over his clean lungs.
You remember when Miss Doubtfire held the meat in the fridge, she's like, "Oh, this is so cold. It reminds me of Winston."
Oh yeah.
She said, Sally Field said, "Oh, what happened? He was hit by a Guinness truck. Oh, he was an alcoholic. No, I forget. It was the drink that killed him. Oh, an alcoholic. No, quite literally the drink that killed him. He was hit by a Guinness truck."
Oh.
He's like, "As I hold this cold meat, it reminds me of Winston. Oh, God rest his soul."
Because I don't understand.
She was putting groceries away and says, "As I hold this meat."
He was saying, he goes, "We're all gonna die. Nobody ever stays here." If that's true, where's Abraham Lincoln tonight? I'll tell you, he's in that long coffin with that tall fucking hat on. He goes, those hats will never come back in style, unless you want to take one on a picnic and take it in the woods and shit in it.
Right. Did you watch Robin's 2012 stand-up comedy in New York?
Was it the weapons of mass distraction or something like that?
Yeah.
He had the band-aid over his mouth. Yeah.
Yep.
I like that when he was talking about when he had his surgery done, that they put a porcine valve in, and it was like, wow, I was digging for truffles was kind of cool. I should have asked for an equine valve. You know, I'd be hanging out of my shorts saying, "Hey, baby." That was ridiculous.
Yeah. What time do you normally get on the road after you sit and wait at a gas station?
I'm down for 10 hours. I have been driving most of all night and sleeping during the day, but it didn't work out that way today. I ended up driving during the day, and I'm gonna sleep at night. I'll probably wake up right around 6, 7 o'clock, start driving.
Yeah.
I do have the first 4 or 5 seasons of Archer.
I tried watching that on FX before, and it just, I don't know.
Yeah, the guy that does the voice for the dog in Family Guy does the voice for Archer.
Seth MacFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the first 4 seasons.
I found some new Panays that aren't the ones that we know. They're pretty cool, though. Some of them actually live in the U.S. Because a lot of them have the word "follow" near their names.
Mm-hmm.
And I just go and click on them, and whoever seems cool or whoever's on, And when they're usually live on Facebook. They don't do YouTube stuff.
Yeah, here, let me show you. Drag the phone back here. I got my hard drive going now. I can show you what I got on this 10 terabyte external. I got a 5 terabyte backup, but I still haven't even used not even a quarter of the memory of the 10 terabyte. You see that? There's like the Archer. I click on it, and my baseball. Okay, let's say Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I click on it. Here's every episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, all 7 seasons right here.
Mm.
There, I got everything Star Trek, everything Star Wars, even the cartoons. What I don't have is the new TV series as they done, like Mando and Book of Boba Fett and all that. I wish I did, but I even got the 3 episodes of the Family Guy, that they did of Star Wars. They're right there.
Hmm.
The three Star Wars movies that Family Guy did.
You ever,
But
you ever see the episode of them having bugs in their house, and the pest inspector guys came over with guns and shooting everywhere in the house,
yeah,
trying to get rid of their bugs?
yeah, I really never caught the series. Just those 3 movies they did of the Star Wars.
Hmm.
And yeah, I got all kinds of things in here. My horror section, you name it, I probably have it in there. Let's see here. There it is. Yeah,
Well,
Friday the 13th,
yeah.
all the Halloween movies, new and old. The Hellraiser movies. I'm missing number 7 of Hellraiser. There were 9 Hellraiser movies, and I'm missing number 7. I can't find it.
So there was a episode on Family Guy, you probably didn't see it, but Brian was in love with Lois. That's what it was. The title of it was Brian in Love.
Uh-huh.
He was so in love with her that he kept peeing around the house, and they kept blaming Stewie for doing it. And Stewie kept denying that it wasn't him. And Lois asked Stewie, did you go wee-wee on the carpet? And Stewie goes, what did you just say? And she's like, it's not good to go wee-wee on the carpet. He's like, bend down, Lois. And he slaps her. And he's like, how dare you explain your devilish self to me? Or something like that. And he's like, he comes up to her and says, he was eating a tuna sandwich. He's like, what the hell is this? And Lois was like, that's your tuna sandwich, Stewie. Oh, really? Because I thought it was albacore. And then he's like, listen to this, sweetheart. Here's a quarter. Try to go find somebody else to entertain. Then he walked away. It's funny. And then Brian was the one that was peeing around the house. So he had to go to counseling for his urges. And the counselor was trying to tell him, well, maybe you need some time away. And then Brian says, thank you, doctor. I guess I'll do that. Then he goes home, tells the family. He's like, well, my outbursts, my going is due to I need some time away. Like he was just explaining he needs to go on vacation. And he told her, I leave tomorrow. And then he's like off to war or wherever just not to think about her. And he finds a bone in the dirt and hides it again. So you got to watch it. And then he goes in like a dream type of thing while he's in the counseling session. And he was just telling the counselor about everything. And then he goes into a dream of a futuristic place. And then he finds Snoopy in the dream as he's being chased by security guards. The security guards corner Brian. He's like, wait. Why do you have to point the guns at me? What about him? He's probably been here over 50 years. And it was Snoopy acting like all puzzled, like, what?
Yeah, this is my John Candy, Robin Williams section here. I mixed them 2 together. I don't know why, because I like those 2. I mixed their movies in. Out of John Candy's movies, I think I got all of them except Cool Runnings. I have 1941, Armed and Dangerous, The Blues Brothers, Brewster's Millions, Canadian Bacon, Only the Lonely, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Rookie of the Year, Spaceballs, Splash, Stripes,
Uncle
Summer
Bob.
Rental, I got Uncle Buck and the Great Outdoors and the Volunteers and Wagons East and Who's Harry Crumb.
And what about the what's that one?
Cool Runnings is the only one that I know that I don't have that he did.
Yeah. That one wasn't all that great.
Well, it was a true story about the Jamaican bobsled team. He was the coach.
Yeah. But Wagons East is where he died. He died on set having
Uh-huh.
turkey,
Yeah.
huge turkey ordered for him in his trailer. He ate
Uh-huh.
it. He ate it in a day while he was filming.
That's
and then he
crazy.
had a heart attack. He had a heart attack on set.
But the last movie released with him was Canadian Bacon.
I think so, yeah.
That was the last movie released. He had filmed it already. They just hadn't released it yet. But The Wagons East was the last one he ever filmed. Now, Robin Williams movies, I got let's see here. I have Black Sheep in here, but that's Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, I got Club Paradise. Oh, I forgot. I even put my cousin Vinny in here too. I got Club Paradise, Good Morning Vietnam, Dead Poet Society, Man of the Year, Patch Adams, his live concerts he did, stand-up comedy. I don't really count that. I got, and that's it of Robin Williams. Yeah.
You're missing out on some there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that I don't have with Robin Williams. But my favorite I got was Club Paradise, and Man of the Year was great.
Do you have any Jim Carrey movies?
I got the Batman he was in. I got all the Batman movies except for the new Batman. I got the first 4 Batman movies, 2 with Michael Keaton, and he's coming back to play Batman. Michael Keaton is. That's pretty cool.
Yes. Right now he's currently filming Beetlejuice 2.
In England, I heard about that too.
It's actually in Vermont.
Well, no, I have my English friends, the Jerry Boy. They know that they've been filming in England. They ended it about a week ago. I just lost my train of thought. What were I talking about?
Jim Carrey?
Oh, yeah, Jim Carrey. Okay. Yeah, I got all the Ace Ventura movies, and even the third one that didn't even have him in it, which kind of sucked. But I got him as playing the Riddler. Robin Williams was supposed to play that part, but he was making Mrs. Doubtfire, and he said, give that part to Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey played the Riddler, because it was actually they were wanting Robin Williams to do it.
Yeah, but Batman Forever with Jim Carrey came out in 97. Mrs. Doubtfire was 93.
Well, there was something Robin Williams was doing, and he said, give it to Jim Carrey. It would be great for him. He was working on something, Robin Williams was. I thought it was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. We could chill for another 5 minutes, make it 2 hours, or we can go now if you want.
Yeah, I got all the Walking Dead and the spin-off series as they done. I'm just waiting for the last season of Fear of the Walking Dead to come out on DVD so I can get it to my collection here. I got the entire Breaking Bad series, Black Sails, the new and the classic Battlestar Galactica, all the Harry Potter shit, Farscape, I got all it. The entire MASH series lasted for 11 years, lasted longer than the actual war itself. I got The Sopranos, Sons of Anarchy.
I'm seeing a black screen on you.
Yeah, it's because I couldn't hold my phone up anymore. Yeah, here's my superhero section. You know, Avengers 1 and 2, the first 4 Batman movies. But I did get Batman versus Superman, the 2 Captain America movies, Judge Dredd 1 and 2. I do have Dark Knight, and because the guy that's playing Batman now was actually Daredevil, and I have that movie right here. and the original two Fantastic Four movies, Ghost Rider 1 and 2, Green Lantern, Indiana Jones movies, Iron Man, The Mummy, and all of the Scorpion King movies. And I have the television series that lasted 2 seasons of the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which is dealt with the Terminator. The original Superman movies. I'm not buying into the newer one. Ninja Turtles. I got all the Terminator movies. The 2 Thor movies. I got all the X-Men movies. Now, I didn't number them at release. I put these in chronicle order in which the story is telling you. You know, they got 10 X-Men movies, but I put them in order of, because they kept coming out with a pre-sequel after this pre-sequel and this pre-sequel of that pre-sequel. So I just numbered them all in order, even though the older one falls like in like number 5, you know, and this is supposed to be number 1 over here. I put them in a chronicle order, the X-Men movies. There were 10 of them. I heard there was going to be another Transformers movie at number 5, but I don't know if it's out.
It's already out. It's called something about, I forget what it's called, something Beasts. It's Ron Perlman did a voiceover for one of the Transformers.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping in this one, if you've seen it, my favorite Transformer was Ultra Magnus. And I was hoping they'd bring him in, because there's a lot of them they haven't brought into the story yet.
I've actually been on the ride at Universal. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, Ultra Magnus was like the second in charge of the Autobots.
Yeah.
He was also an 18-wheeler truck, a cab over Pete, but he was a car hauler. Because some of them that were cars, they would run up on him and ride on his trailer until they got to a certain area, and then they all just change into robots. You know, it was kind of cool.
Okay, Chris, I'm about to call it a night anyway, so.
Is that
whatever.
Carolina, Chris?
No. Somebody that I am friends with up north.
Oh.
Near the Cheers bar. In Boston.
But what I have on my external, it would probably take you a couple of years nonstop to watch everything that I have on it. Yeah, like my J.R.R. Tolkien, that's how I titled it. It's got The Hobbit. It's got all the Lord of the Ring movies. I got 300 on there. Ben-Hur, Beowulf, Clash of the Titans, 1 and 2, the original 2 Conan movies, and the new one. All 3 Dungeons and Dragons movies, and the entire series of Game of Thrones. And the new series, the first season of it so far, is House of Dragon. And Immortals, King Arthur, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Red Sonja, Noah, Knights Templar. I got the entire Spartacus series. It lasted 4 seasons. And they came out with a 5th season called Vengeance. I got all of it too. Spartacus, Troy, and World of Warcraft. It's a big section I got right there. Hercules.
There was an animated version, Disney animated version, and what's his name? I forgot his name. What is it? James Woods played Hercules in the cartoon. And he kind of faked his name and as he was being yelled at or something by a character. I haven't seen it, but In the trailer, he calls himself Jerkules. He did. Now, James Woods had a character on Family Guy, and he was a dick to Peter, and because he wanted to be friends with Peter, like for a long period of time in the series, and they kept bringing him back. He was always a dick, and they changed this high school name from Adam West High School to James Wood High.
Uh huh.
Now that Adam West is gone, James Wood's still around, so they named the high school after him.
When did Adam West pass away?
2015, 16, something like that.
Yeah, because the last thing he did is he did a voice for the lawyer in the Boondocks cartoon. It's like a ghetto version of Simpsons.
Yeah.
There were 4 seasons of it. An excellent series. It had Uncle Ruckus in it. I'm the Reverend Father Uncle Ruckus. No relation.
Snoop Dogg had a character in that too.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. They
Yeah.
brought in a lot of people. The John Witherspoon played a major character in it called Robert Freeman, and he like adopted his 2 grandsons because it was never mentioned what happened to the mom or dad. So he was raising Huey and Riley.
Yeah, John Witherspoon passed.
Yeah, that because Charlemagne has a program on Sirius XM on Spin 45. I called in when he had the guests from that show, Boondocks. They had the actual guy that did the voice for Uncle Ruckus, but he wasn't acting like himself. He was acting like Uncle Ruckus. And everybody was having a ball with it. And they came to my phone call, and I said, Charlemagne, it's good to hear from you. Good to meet you. And he goes, I have a great question here. I said, Lord bless him. We lost John Robert Freeman Witherspoon. They loved it how I titled that. They put his real name on the outer edges and the character name Robert Freeman in the middle. I call him John Robert Freeman Witherspoon. Passed away, bless his soul. And so did Uncle Ruckus. And I said, now we lost him. Who's going to take care of Huey and Riley? I was like, Ruckus? And he was like, oh, hell no. It was hilarious. And they cut me off and they said, stay here, don't go anywhere. And they said, that was a brilliant question and we really appreciate it. And you really put him on the spot and he reacted perfectly. The guy that acted like Uncle Ruckus. What he is he claims to be a white man with a revitiligo. It's the opposite of what Michael Jackson got. Lucky bastard. People mistake me for being Negro because I'm living with revitiligo. It's hilarious. And he's prejudiced against his own people. It's a funny cartoon. It's totally downright hilarious. They done some, controversial shit, just like The Simpsons and South Park and Family Guy. Yeah. They did get some flack over some of the things they did.
Yeah, Adam West met a chick on the corner of one of the streets, and he was all dressed up in his slacks and suit and tie stuff and hair slicked back. And he comes up to a chick at a stoplight or stop sign before he crossed, because he was the mayor. So he was watching her before he crossed. He comes up to her and says, hey, baby, you want to take a gander at some Adam West penis?
That'd be weird for a girl to hear Batman talk like that.
Exactly what he said right there, word for word. Adam West penis. And her eyes just went like this, like she was shocked, and walked away.
The only one that could have got away with that, and the girl actually do it, would be Sean Connery. That man was, had girls young enough to be his great granddaughters that wanted him so bad. He was 89 years old when he passed, Sean Connery. But and yet, them young women, all of them loved him to death.
Now, besides the 007 movies that he did in the past, in the 70s and 80s, The best movie that he did with Nicolas Cage was The Rock.
Oh yeah, but for some reason, women were just so enamored with Sean Connery. That's what inspired him to do the movie League
Ordinary Gentleman.
yeah.
I didn't like it.
What was that title again?
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Yeah, I think I have that on my hard drive too.
I'd rather see, what was that movie that's rated R though? It's these people dress up as, I forgot what it's called. It's a story though, but it's very gory.
Hey, Money Penny, don't you do that on Bone and get to know you?
Yeah, I can do a great impression of a hot dog. And he tells that guy Vinny at the beginning of when he got the job, he's like, you gotta ship them, and you gotta box them and ship them. Then you box and ship those over there. Then you do that over there. And Robin goes, after you box them, you ship them. Best of luck, smartass.
I got that. I've been in Jackson, Georgia, and been to the Sackasuds and a bunch of places where they filmed that movie, My Cousin Benny. They take pride in that down there. You can go to the restaurant where he had breakfast, and and George Pesci asked, "What's a grit anyway?" And them's how many grits? They're made of corn. You just smother them in butter.
Yeah, we just actually watched that last week.
Yeah, it's in Jackson, Georgia. You go in town. I've been to the courthouse, the Sackasuds. It's rebuilt, though. Well, remodeled, not necessarily rebuilt. But you go to the Sackasuds, and they specifically sell cans of tuna as a souvenir because Ralph Macchio accidentally stole one by putting it in his pocket and forgetting about it.
Yeah, and I like how Fred Gwynn was screwing with Joe Pesci's character the whole time. He was like, Pesci goes, now, the two Utes. And then Fred goes, what? What was that word? Joe Pesci comes over. What word? Did you say Utes? He's like, what's a Ute? Oh, sorry, Your Honor. Two youths.
What's funny is Ralph Macchio was the star of that movie, but Joe Pesci and Fred Gwynn made that movie what it is. Because those two going back and forth as a lawyer and a judge was brilliant.
And I like how Joe Pesci had to move to different hotels, and every time he did, there was a noise that bothered him at 5 a.m.
Uh-huh.
He just got so irritated by the train and feeding the farm animals and something else.
Yeah, that was one hot Italian chick that started as his girlfriend. But that's how Italian chicks are in Jersey and Long Island. They all have that same attitude like that.
What was her name? She's hot too.
I can't remember her real name.
Buns, what was that chick's name in that movie? Marissa Tomei.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like her.
But it took place, the story was supposed to be Alabama, but all of it was filmed in Jackson, Georgia. Because I became friends with the manager at the Flying J there. And I said, I'll fill your gas tank up, buy a dinner, man. We can hang out. Yeah, he took me all around all the places. No matter in 10 miles was the Sackasuds to the Sackasuds from that truck stop. I could not have taken my truck there, but we did it in this car. And I'm like, this is freaking awesome.
I recently went up to Chicago on June 6th, and I went to the actual filming locations of Groundhog's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got pictures of it. I actually went to the restaurant he ate at, the diner, which is not a diner anymore. Weirdest thing though, they took the diner out, obviously. Now it's a Mexican restaurant. Go figure.
Shit like that happens.
But they actually had the table and autograph and everything of where he sat near the window and, telling his stories and everything. And I had to walk in there. I was like, oh, no way. Here's the restaurant. So, and I want somebody to go with me next time because I want to do the Phil Connors thing where the insurance guy came up to him, running towards him and acting queer. But it was just funny. I went inside the hotel that he stayed at. Took photos everywhere. I went to the, where they held the gathering, Gobbler's Knob stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was a gazebo, and I went to that area and kind of stood where he stood at. There was a placard. There was actually a plaque outside the restaurant on the curb where he stepped in that puddle.
You ever remember the movie Starman from the early 80s?
No.
Starman, it had the guy that, I know you know the one actor. It had the girl from Raiders of the Lost Ark in the last Indiana Jones movie that was in love with Indiana Jones.
Okay.
It had that. No, it had that actress in it. No, she was in the first one and the last one.
Didn't he go with a blonde chick too in one of them?
Yeah, that was part 2. That was Steven Spielberg's wife in real life.
Kate Capshaw.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one from the first Raiders of the Lost Ark movie. She was in that. I can never remember her name. She was in it, Starman, and the guy that played in the 2 Tron movies.
Yeah, her name is Kate Capshaw.
Oh, okay.
That's Steven Spielberg's wife.
And who is? Oh, really? Yeah, that was the blonde. Who is the guy that played in the first 2 Tron, the Tron movies? He's got a brother, and their dad acted too. Jeff Bridges is in it because his older brother Beau Bridges was also an actor, and so was their father, Lloyd Bridges. There's like one movie that all 3 of them are in it together. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, Lloyd Bridges, he played in Grumpy Old Men. He was Grandpa.
Are you sure?
I believe so.
The guy that played Jack Lemmon's father was played the original Penguin. He played in Rocky also as Mick. That's not the same guy.
That was him.
Lloyd Bridges didn't play that part. That was I can't remember his name either. But he was hilarious in Grumpy Old Men.
He was like, the bloopers were hilarious, and how Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon were talking rude to each other. Hey, asshole. Hey, butthole, or whatever like that, and
hey, dickhead.
Hey,
I'm stuck. Well, they were friends in real life, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau.
They did The Odd Couple, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
But Grumpy Old Men was hilarious.
Kevin Pollak, I've actually met him. He's fun. He's an impressionist. He was in Grumpy Old Men. He was Walter's son.
According to the experts, I should have took a dirt nap 30 years ago.
And I like how Kevin Pollak's character was a mayor or something like that, and he said, "You think your son's really going to run for mayor?" I forget how it goes, and then Walter goes, "Eat my shorts."
Anyway, Starman was filmed at Winslow at the Meteor Crater. I've been there, but before they made it to Meteor Crater, which was at the end of the movie, before they made it to Meteor Crater, they were at this restaurant that was shaped like a igloo in the middle of the desert. That's about like 20 miles east of Meteor Crater, right off the Interstate 40 there. I've been there many times. That building, it's been shut down. It's been closed, boarded up, and nothing's been done to it since I've been going out west, and that started in 2010. But that building is still there. All the police showed up, and he let them go. Jeff Bridges and the woman, she was in the Raiders of the Lost Ark movie, and they went to Meteor Crater, and he met up with the starship that came and got him. It was a good movie. But I've been there many a time.
Well, Sean, I appreciate all this. I got to get ready for bed and go to work. So,
All right. I'll talk to you later, man.
all right. You have a good one. Thank you.
Sure. Bye-bye.
All right. All right, everybody. Take care. See you.